Hello everyone! Today we're going to talk about the market estimation and evaluation. You're going to know about something interesting about the market data, what numbers you are really need in your research, in your startup, in your business. And let's get acquainted with me. My name is Roman Koposov. I am the deputy director of the strategy consulting firm in Russia called RB Pro. And for more than 30 years, we have been researching a lot of markets in Russia, in a lot of FMCG sector or professional services, and many more and others. I am a deputy director and head of the practice strategy consulting for about 15 years in that company. And today I'm going to describe you the way that we estimate the market. So let's go further. And the question number one, why it is necessary to access the market volume, what you're gonna do with the market data and the market's numbers. So if you are in operating business, if you just searching for some information, you gotta know what the market behaves. If it falls, if it grows, if it just stagnates, you just need to find some the key answers for about some market players, the major market players who make the markets. You know, we call it money makers in your certain markets, and you just need to find out the special movements of the competitors. And by the way, you get to define some interesting in the market segments or niche, and just understand which dynamics is higher or lower in some channels, and to find something interesting insights that comes behind some market data or the figures. And so let's go on and let's just describe when you're starting a new business, or just imagine you are the startup, the CEO of the startup. So you got to find some interesting in the market evaluation and some interesting niche which have just more dynamics in their marketing segments. So you got to find something risky in the market data. So the key answer is to find some situation where or enter the markets when you can find some the high degree of the concentration, and sometimes there are a lot of it's a big amount of the market saturation in the certain markets. So two situations: when you start a new business and when you are describing the certain situation in your business, in operating business, that helps to find some insights with key figures and key markets research. So there, first of all, you got to define the markets, the main products, your customers, and because it's really useful. You see, this is the example of the lighting company who produce a lot of light systems. And what is really interesting in that case, this company just searching some interesting insights between the demands, between the customers, and between the technology that comes up in this market. So for you, for your business, for your operating business, it's got to be really crucial, the things that come up with the demand. What is really necessary for your customer? Is it maybe the light level, the system stability, or maybe the low prices? You know, a lot of your customers come up with the idea that you should go and suggest for some lower prices and etc. But what they really need is the light level and system stability. What can be interesting about the consumers in these markets? Well, first of all, there are really interesting issues such as energy-intensive enterprises or enterprises which the high lighting costs, which operating 24/7, and they have a special needs operation mode. And what can be behind the technology? It's some kind of the management technology where you can collect the people when you treat them right, or you can find a special technology in your lights, maybe the smart lighting systems that put on lighting where there's some people or some employee just now in the production line, and they turn off the lights where there are no people in that certain area. So these three things: demand, consumers and what comes behind the technology that's really useful. And these instruments and this approach can show you a lot of more interesting with just come up behind the traditional system of markets evaluation. So what is the key insights when you determine the market? You should pick up the broadest possible description of the entire market that you are in. And the part 3, what data and what metrics you should look when you're just researching the market, and what numbers do you really need in your research, in your assessments. And let's go further with our algorithm. First of all, you should define the data that you need. This can be the market volume by goods, by services. First of all, money, which include the prices, which include square meters, liters, and other. When you just find out all these figures, you just need to describe some dynamics or like-for-like year-over-year periods, and we average with annual growth year and others. And moreover, you should find some statistics about revenue of the key players, of the market makers of this market, of the some market niches. And of course, you should just see a lot of dynamics in periods, in the quarters, in the months, in weeks, and then etc. And so let's just see what interesting data, market data you can see when you're analyzing markets such as alcoholic drinks. So you see in this case the Russian alcoholic markets and beverages, alcoholic beverages, which are described by the categories. You can see the spirits, you can see the beer, you can see wine and other segments. So you can just look in the right side. There is a dynamics with a compound annual growth rate, which should explain you which segments growth between 5 or 3 years. And so first of all, you should describe what certain segments you are really into right now. See the dynamics which goes like for like each year or year, and just pick up the certain segments which you are really interested. So we pick up with the wine, with the spirits, and let's go further and describe what's the markets. And let's go further and describe what market consists with the market channel. With you can see how the alcoholic beverages just sold in the previous year in a traditional trade, in retail chains, in the modern trades, which consist with the supermarkets, with the hypermarkets, with the stores like a convenience. You can see there are a lot of big amounts of the HoReCa markets, which include the cafe, restaurants, and other on-trade consumption of alcohol. So whatever markets you just research or describe, you should pick up all the market channels that you really need to see all the consumption and to show about the all percentage of this market niche. You see, sometimes you can just pick up some issues in some categories that you're really into to put and pick up them for the further research. And so let's go further. Very interesting topic is to how you can describe some sources with the market data. With this case, when we research the market data for the alcoholic company, we pick up more on 3 and 5 sources with the market data. We keep the WSR, which is International World Spirits Research Organizations for global companies. We pick up the Euromonitor International. We pick up some local Russian sources such as Росстат, EGAIS, and other to compare each other and to see what can be some really interesting issues which come behind those sources. You see, some of them are describing their positive dynamics, some of them none, and they're really great work and a lot of hours to describe what comes behind these categories is their deep dive in all the market data and the resources. Another example of how you can describe and how you can show the market data is to make histograms from all the figures that you get from the market research and show the production of alcohol in local countries. We pick up the Russian to show you some of the figures and make that example. Also, we just describe what about the import, what about the export, and pick up some useful data from the Russian customs to just show you the whole markets of the Russian consumption. And so let's go further. The really one big segment of this market is the HoReCa or in trade channel. So maybe in Russia there is not so much. Look and see, there are a lot of import, export, and production figures, but the HoReCa is the consumption market which you also should describe. And there is a lot of problems to collect all the data because they are not on their selling sources which now just available in Russia. So the third one, when you estimate, when you are in the research assessment of the market, you should pick up with all the sources, with compare which is other, and just define all the market players that make this market and look for the actions behind the numbers, and so on. This is the some tables, some Excel tables for you that you can pick up. You can see the description with this video below, and you can download this kind of a tool where you can work with various data resources, put them. We just automate some market evaluations with the compound annual growth rate or year-over-year statistics. So you can just put this tool for your market research and developments with the what is really insights behind these tables that this can help you to estimate better market segments and the market data. Data sources. Where do you can get the all data that you can trust? Well, first of all, you should pick up the special reports from the research companies such as GfK, Nielsen, Romir, Infoline, Ipsos Cancon, and Euromonitor International. Some of them are really hard to find in Russia right now, but we're gonna come up with some resources below. And you can also pick up some figures and some market data from the aggregators such as EMIS, such as Statista, which are also just with the demo try in, and this is for free, especially with your statistical research for some study. And yes, also you can buy some resources for different amounts of the money. It really depends on what markets you are researching right now. And aggregators such as Statista and the Russian local markets such as Neo Analytics, Infoline, RB Pro, and more of them, they actually gather a lot of industry information in just one place, in one report. So this could be really useful when you just don't have enough time to pick up some interesting insights in different places. So you can pick up the aggregators with the whole amounts of the market information about the whole industry. The third type of market research is a company with operational data from their fields, and a lot of these companies such as Evator, Multistat, Продажи.рф, Sber are just collating data from our credit and debit cards which we pay for our goods in the retail stores. So most of the markets experts believe in those type of the data more. course, there are lots of figures and the markets estimations for free. So you can pick up the raw stat and to find some interesting sources from the internship inside this research tool, and to find a lot of big data to come up with maybe in some minutes to estimate some markets such as construction markets, such as development, or such as some of the production and the manufacturing market in Russia. One of the interesting and just really convenient research tool is service Продажи.рф, which include a lot of data, sales dynamics of the market that you can see in dynamics, in the prices of the products, and analyze. It's just a lot of market categories such as pet products, beauty and personal care, and other fast-moving consumer goods. And it's just really legal, and it collects data from a lot of market stores in Russia. And moreover, for special market needs, you can collect the data from the tenders and auctions in Russia. It's also just open information, so such services like Selden, Mailer, Tender Plan can be really useful when you are just in that market niche, which is, first of all, 10, 20 or 30% sales from the market tenders and auctions. So it can be really, really useful for you. The next, special industry portals. That's really depends on what markets you are in. And for some medical markets, for some markets that is really, really specific in something way, just a Russian coal markets or special markets which include the packaging things. There can be a really useful a special industry and resources portal. And then the next thing, the next way and approach where you can evaluate through the online services such as Yandex.Wordstat, when you collect the data from the number of requests, conversion, and the average bill. So when you compare all this information about the markets, you just can collect all the data for about 1 minute and just estimate your markets and what can be really sales of your product. And the next approach for the market research is the data which you collect from the suppliers of the raw materials, from suppliers of the production equipment, and of course of the industry associations that you can create by your own, or you can pick up the major customers to collect the data about their consumption and just analyze what can be the preferences and what can be the some interesting insights about their customer behavior. So if you just can't collect the data from the other different sources, just walk to your customers and find out there's some interesting issues about the market behavior and something that can be behind those market data. So, the really useful thing is to define all the questions for the authors of the market data. Is it official statistics, which can be include the player of the company's revenue, the some service, market assessments of which can be done by the other players, whether how the market volume was collected, and they can be calculated by many ways. Which currency this research observe? What prices? This is sell out, sell in, manufacturer, distributor, or retail prices? How authors of this research are included inflation accounted for, and maybe what is inside the whole categories and the niche that's were in market research. So you just need to ask those questions for the authors of your data collected. So you can see in our conclusion with you getting acquainted with the assessments algorithm. First of all, determine your market research you are in. Define your data, all your needs, market volume, market channels, and others. So pick up all the really useful and really interesting and insightful sources of the market data. So you can improve this market methodology with your personal assessments or market evaluation techniques. And so, good luck with the market estimation. Thank you for having me. My name is Roman Koposov, and I really appreciate your time for searching this information and for